Hi, I'm Lisa Ray.
And I'm Javed Jafri.
And you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
The struggle that she's faced because of cancer and the way victoriously she has come out of it. I think that's a really heroic thing to do for almost anyone. And the entire attitude, the way she has had, and the sort of awareness that she's just spreading about cancer. How do you look at this aspect of Lisa Ray?
So I told you, for me, before she hijacked the question and gave a whole katha on herself, he was talking to me. Why did I do the film?
So
you
what?
jumped in and said, why did I do the film?
So what, it would have come to me
that's
anyways.
how-
You
that's-
finished and then it was on to me.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes you have to cut it.
Bilkul, bilkul,
No,
bilkul.
but it was for me. It's a collective thing. Like I said, when I, besides that whole business of this whole bombshell, you remember from then, 90s. But then this whole journey, you see water, you see what she went through personally. So for me, when I saw that I'm getting together with this person, and it was exciting. Obviously, it's like, wow, okay, fine, it'll be great fun. And jamming with the person again, I hadn't met her for years. So when I met her there, she was a very young girl, good looking, just coming in, different state of mind. And then this journey changed her as a person, and also as an actor. So for me, that was exciting. I mean, it's not, look, you've got to be beyond. We are actors, so it's like when we come into a role, what excites us is who's going to be with us, not on a personal level, but what I can do with that person on screen.
Yeah, of course.
That's what's exciting. So it's not like, oh wow, I'm going to have an affair. Or those are like really. No, I'm just saying. There are people who kind of get into these things. I know.
We are saying in a very harmless, fun way. Actually.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So for me, it was So obviously, For me also, it's from the funny Javed having this gorgeous woman with him as a co-actor helps me too. Like, okay, fine. No, Javed can be serious and have an ex-wife who's just kind of beautiful. So subconsciously for an actor, yes, it is, for me, was an incentive that, yes, it's a good image change for me to come in a role which is serious, which has these kind of shades, complexities. For me, it's a great opportunity to do something on screen which can help me today. Where, he's a funny guy. No, he's not just a funny guy. He can be.
No, absolutely. We know about it. In fact, you're doing much more stuff. Apart from that,
I want to. Can I quickly say that also for me it was the same thing. I mean, I actually often have said no more often than I've said yes, and this was a very natural no. Sorry, this is a very natural yes.
Shabir had to bribe her.
Sorry, I had to bribe. This is a very natural yes for the script and the character, but also very much for me, also for the opportunity to perform with Javed, who I respect greatly, and believe me, I know about the layers and the depth of Javed's talent. Actually, nobody can know because it's so vast, his talent.
Absolutely.
And it is so vast. He's just really such an underrated actor, I think, because I know that, for instance, I think a lot of people will not know that Javed was in one of Deepa's first films, Fire, and did a brilliant job.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And he's brought that to the character, to this character as well. He's brought, the moments. He's managed to find the moments in the craziness of what we're doing in this crazy sort of madcap chase that's happening in the film.
Sure.
He's managed to hit those slightly more emotional, profound moments of conveying so much in just a moment. That takes great skill. So, for me, it was a thrill. All I want to do is also perform with people that I like, I get along with, and who are great actors.
Skill and thrill. So, आपका असर जो है इन पे भी
Skill and thrill.
Skill and thrill. और दिल से मिले दिल. आहा, क्या बात है.
Okay.
And Jack and Jill. Okay.
Right. The entire journey that you've had, I think it's really inspiring for a lot of people. The way you battle cancer, and I read one of the interviews, and you've said that it still is there, and you still have to battle it out. And it was a very rare form of
it's a blood cancer.
Myeloma.
Yeah.
How do you just look at it? Because to have this sort of positive attitude, I think it's very, very rare.
I don't think it's rare necessarily, and and it's very hard to say unless the individual, you yourself, are in the situation. We don't understand what resources we have as human beings inside until, like they say, you don't know how strong the tea is until you put it in hot water, right? And so, I really don't see myself as extraordinary at all. It's just that I am living with something, and I do like to remind people I'm living with it. What I have is actually technically incurable, though I don't wake up every day and say, "Arey, I have an incurable. I don't at all, because I've never been that kind of person, you know. So I'm on, for instance, steroids and various other medication I have to take for the rest of my life, and yet I'm still sitting here, dolled up, and promoting this film and going out and doing films, and you know, and having wonderful experiences with my life. And if anything, cancer has helped me to appreciate my life even more and take myself less seriously. And so yeah, of course I have problems, but who doesn't have problems? We all have problems. So I think my central message is that life doesn't have to stop. You know, there's a big fear factor in India around cancer. Matlab, people, you know, we say cancer and people hear death, and that's not necessarily the case. So we need a lot of awareness. And I realize that what I can actively do all the time is just talk about it. Bring it out into the open, because there's a strange kind of code of silence around cancer. You know, I meet many patients. I meet people across the country all the day, and doctors as well. And I hear so many strange stories about people who keep it a secret from their own family, or the family themselves knows that you know, say the mother is diagnosed and says, "Don't tell her." This is not the way forward. This is not the way to treat something that is actually at a crisis level in India.
Absolutely.
It's something we need to keep talking about. So
right.
all I can do is keep saying, "Look, I'm living with cancer. It's not been the end of my life. If anything, it's been the launch pad into an even richer life." And to be honest, we don't know, any of us, when we're going to go, how we're going to go.
Absolutely.
So it's okay. At least I now have the opportunity to say, balls, I'm not going to be afraid of anything, because I have faced one of the possibly worst things that you can face. After that, everything feels very easy,
No,
you
that-
know,
that's
and like I
wonderful.
said,
That's
it's not
wonderful.
such a big deal.
That's wonderful. But in fact, recently it was discovered. There was a news report that the number of oncologists in India is very, very less
It's
compared
very
to.
small. It's shocking. Trained oncologists is just a handful. We're not pumping out. The government needs to get involved, of course. But you know, privately, what can we do? We can only do what's in our own hands. And what we have to do is rethink how we treat also cancer patients.
Bilkul.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We have to take our cues from the patient, and not also treat them like they're about to die either. You know, that doesn't help matters either.
Absolutely,
So we
absolutely.
need an entire focused awareness campaign, and at the very least, what we need to do is talk about it openly and offer hope. Because you know, healing doesn't just happen on a body level, on a
has to be-
physical level.
Absolutely.
There's a mental, there's a psychological component, you know, whether it's prayer or meditation or positivity or humor, all of these things help us heal. And this is now being proved by science in the medical field. So as I said, the more that you create this cast a dark shadow on people who are dealing with serious disease, and it, maybe not just cancer, it doesn't serve them. It doesn't help them heal.
Absolutely. Do you still go for your PET tests?
I go for a blood test once a month, once every month.
No, I
go
think
for a
PET
blood
is
test.
the full body test, right?
No, in my cancer, I need to take a blood test because there's a marker in my blood. There's a
Right.
protein in my blood. And then once a year, I go for like an all-over body scan, and I do like an all-over physical and things like that, which is something I didn't do for a long time. That was another thing. Preventative, getting yourself checked. Come on, so many people say, no, but I'm scared. Suppose they find something. And I can't even, I want to slap people like that. Really, you have the opportunity to intervene and do something. The way I explain it is I say, I have become the CEO of my health.
Wow.
I make it my business. You know, we are responsible. And in today's world, there's no more excuses. There is so much access to information. There's no more
Absolutely.
excuses to just put your head in the sand and ignore, you know. And we have so many tools at our disposal. And it's not about just the money either. You know, it's not about access to money. It's access to information.
Absolutely.
So it's
Absolutely.
empowering people to ask the right questions and to feel and to embolden their spirit that they know that they can fight.